Let's go over the future of the Star Wars franchise when it comes to the new Star Wars trilogy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, in case you guys didn't hear the big news today, which I'm sure most of you have, that Kathleen Kennedy and her Lucasfilm deal has been extended all the way till 2021, 3 whole years. She will be a part of Star Wars until that point in time. If you guys had to ask me, and if you want my 2 cents, that's when she's going to retire. But looking at the future here, we've been learning a whole lot more about Disney's plan for Star Wars today. They're focusing on 2 big things here after Episode 9, and that is, of course, on television and the new Star Wars trilogy itself. Now, when it comes to television, they are specifically talking about the Jon Favreau live-action TV series, which, by the way, right now, they are hard at work on constructing new set designs, and they will be casting later this year. Now, it's most, likely that they're going to be filming in 2019. But what's really exciting about the new Star Wars trilogy, which could really give us an idea of when the first film is going to arrive, is that they will begin filming for the new trilogy, apparently. They aim to start filming at the very end of 2020, which tells us that they plan on the writing of the script process, alright, the pre-production and all, in 2019. So that could definitely tell us that we are to see the very first film of the new Star Wars trilogy in 2021, most likely in December, if they are to start filming at the very end of 2020. So looking at all of this is great news that they aim to start filming at that time frame, because number one, it tells us that we are going to be getting this trilogy after all over Rian Johnson's. That is their priority right now, and they have made that very much clear today. And just about a week ago when Bob Iger made that huge statement, he did not even mention Rian Johnson's name, which a lot of people found that to be very odd. But looking at Disney, guys, I will say that I do have a lot of faith in the creators of Game of Thrones. Both Benioff and D.B. Weiss, I think that they're going to do a fantastic job. I think that they aim to do an Old Republic saga, an Old Republic trilogy, if you will. Now, that's just my assumption. Nothing's confirmed on that as of yet. But coming from their background, how they deal with a lot of, medieval stuff and Game of Thrones, and I think that looking at the Old Republic in Star Wars, it's most definitely a medieval version of that. And what better way to do that than getting the guys from, Game of Thrones? It just works. We also know that this, live action, Star Wars trilogy is going to all be for the hardcore fans and will be more catered to the adult fan base. So that's another thing. That's another hint to the Old Republic era, because we most likely will be getting, tons of Sith and tons of Jedi and all these different battles. I mean, could you imagine seeing that on the big screen? This is something I think a lot of the fans want to see, and it's honestly great if they're going to introduce the Old Republic era to a lot of casual fans out there. A lot of casual fans have no idea what the Old Republic really is, unless you played a lot of the video games out there or research some of the lore that does connect to some of the current canon that is very much mainstream. But looking at, Episode 9 and the live-action TV series by Jon Favreau, we also have this new trilogy, which, honestly, I'm very glad that Disney and Lucasfilm chose to make this trilogy their priority over Rian Johnson's trilogy itself, which may or may not happen. It seems like it's up in the air, if you guys have to ask me right now. And we do know that Rian Johnson's busy with another project. He's working with Daniel Craig on some detective drama, so he'll be busy for at least the whole entire year, delaying the whole entire script writing process. So, the creators of Game of Thrones, they beat Rian Johnson to it. They're getting their trilogy first, before Rian's, which honestly is great news to me, and I'm sure it's great news to you guys as well. But looking at what Disney has in store for us coming for 2020, there's a lot of rumors out there that we may not even get a film in 2020, and that they're going to primarily focus on releasing episodes for the live-action TV series. Now, we do know that they plan on filming this thing in 2019, and it's the most likely scenario is that they will release it, it has been said, just before Episode 9 drops, leading into leading into 2020. So that could definitely tell us that maybe Disney and Lucasfilm are approaching 2020 with no Star Wars film at all. But let me know what you guys have to say about all of this in the comments section. I am very excited to see what they have in store for us, the fans, when it comes to their Star Wars saga. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.